Good day, everybody, it's Max, and welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4! That's right. And in today's episode, it is Belt Day. That's right. Our mega factories need mega belts, and we need all the belting of the things to happen. Because there's a lot of belting, just like there was a lot of piping. And, of course, after that's all done, we want to fire these things up. We want to turn them on. We want to see all the smoke in the mirrors and the poofing go crazy. And I want to see lots of rubber and plastic being made. That's for sure. So let's get in there. Let's finish these suckers up and get them turned on. And then we're going to see the fireworks. Oh yeah, let's do it. Alright, the daylight's about to hit us, and we have got no time to lose. No, sirree, Bob. Yep, let's go. Zoom, zoom. So, I've been back, picked up a few supplies, and we are on our way to do round 2. That is going to be all the belt work. And there's a bit of work to do. You know, there's a bunch of work to do. Now, first things first. Again, when it comes to the beltwork side of things, you have basically 4 sections. You have your polymer resin section, you have your rubber to plastic, plastic to rubber, and then rubber on out. Or vice versa if you're doing the opposite. So in this case, though, first round is going to be, and we don't need this one, we need this one, and we don't need that. We actually are going to need to change a few numbers up here. Temporarily anyway, and that's probably going to drive me crazy. I know it, but let's slam you as a number 9 temporarily. I shouldn't need any platforms, and number 10 can be you. All right. So now, do I need Mark 4s for these ones? No. In fact, Mark 3 would handle this amount of polymer resin coming out of these, no problem. But in this case, we're trying to be a little bit efficient. I do use a little bit of Mark 3 here anyway, just to use it. Get this down. So, of course, we're getting the resin out of these 10 machines. And we want to get that resin over into the 5 machines next door. Because, of course, those machines next door are going to take that resin along with that sweet, sweet water we gave them on the last episode, and we are now going to give them all the magical dreams of awesomeness. 1, 2, yep. Somewhere around here, 1, 2. Yeah, it looks pretty close, and then bridge that back down. So there's our 10 polymer coming out, and then we, of course, are going to want to feed that into these 5 machines here. Now, you're thinking, wait a minute, that can't be done. There's something wrong here. Nope, your eyes are not deceiving you. We are actually inserting these belts into the back of these machines, because these 5 are turned around backwards. In fact, these are the only 5 machines in this whole build that are facing the wrong direction. That's right. You might have noticed that on the last episode when we did the water side of things. But yeah, all the refineries are pointing that way, except for these 5, which are pointing that way. And that means these are the actual backs of these machines, whereas these are the actual fronts of the machines. And there, of course, is where we want to come out. So that is our polymer line coming out to that. Now it's time for the double, right? Because every time we move up, we want to double it. Or, well, in this case, it's kind of like single double, but we'll stick with a double because it sounds cooler. So in this case, and I think these are only marked, this is Mark 3. Mark 3 lines. Yeah, I do, too. So you know what, because there's only 100 rubber here. So we're going to take these as Mark 3s. So we'll Mark 3 this and Mark 3 that, because trust me, you know, you go through a bit of belt. And again, we probably, to be honest, I'd have to go look at the numbers. I think, well, you know what, I'll do that right now. I mean, we're going to be here all day. I'm here all day, folks. So there's 20, there's 10 machines, so that's 200. Mark 3 belt would have would have worked fine to get that over here, but whatever. But there's only 100 rubber coming out of these, right? Only 20. Well, in this case, it's plastic because we're making the plastic on this side. There's going to only be 100 plastic coming out, so there's no sense me super rushing this one along. So we're good to go on that front. And that is the 5U. Okay, cool. We now want to do this. And curve you in. And now we got to get you to go along. Hello, excuse me. Yep. Hi, how are you? Good. Now, if you'd be so kind as to come down this way, you're going to go right there on the top. Yep. And then you're going to make your way down here. Where are you at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Let me see. Where am I? This is, okay, yeah, these are not the these are not the refineries you are looking for, mister. You need to keep going. But I'm short. Yeah, okay, all right, here we go. I was going to say, there had better be a 6 belt here somewhere. Yep, keep on coming down here, big guy. Yep. All right. There we are. And into there. Awesome. And, of course, so that rubber is coming all the way from them 5 machines down to these 9 machines down here, right? And now this is where I do need to switch back to Mark IV because we do not want, we would not want these lifts. Because we're going to have a bunch of rubber coming in on this side, a bunch of rubber coming in on this side, and a bunch of rubber coming in here. It is all got to be Mark IV. All right, so just kind of let you know on that. Boop, boop. There you go. So that is the only time you can kind of use Mark III on this one. The rest of this has to be Mark IV, right? And, of course, we're just going to slap this along here. And I will apologize if the screen looks really shuddery as I'm doing a lot of work, but there is a lot of work to be done here. You know, this belt work and this pipe work, you know, well, look at the last episode. It took us the whole day just to do all the pipe work, right? And yes, in this case, it should be a little faster because unlike the pipe work where I had to put in all the junctions, basically I have the junctions in by having all the splitters and mergers down already, whereas I'm running the pipe work now, or the belt work. But it is still something that has to be done. And we want to get these turned on, right? I mean, that is the thing we want to do. Now, once you've gotten down here to the end, we have 3 sources of rubber coming in here. We have the 100 coming in from them 5 machines. We've got some overflow coming in from the very end machines. When the rubber gets down to the end, I like to cycle my rubber back. Yep, I do. So I'm actually taking my rubber back down here to the start and let them cycle through again. That way the end machine doesn't end up getting all the rubber. It's like, because of course, welcome to the inability to do smart splitting as in real smart splitting, right? Yeah, you can kind of, they've got smart splitters, but okay, it's not the same. So that is now the entire polymer line done and the first double line done. And now gets us there. Now we got to come back here a little bit because these poor guys need a whole lot of belt, right? A lot of belt. So you need belt because you need to fill up 7 machines, my friend. That's right. You're going to do that, and you're going to do that. Yep. And I think I actually have these as Mark III belt. Now, I think Mark III belt actually works in this case, but I'll probably upgrade these ones to Mark IV just to do it. I did bring a lot of Mark IV belt with me, and again, this is why we have a supply base. We have a supply base for all the supplies of the stuff, so you know what? If I need more belt... Oh, yeah, we're at the end. So that is the first 7 there, right? So, of course, our plastic container is now emptying its 7 onto this side, and now this side is going to be the exact opposite. So in this case, We're now going to do it this way. This is going to be really weird because I'm going to be going backwards, and I won't be able to. I can't move this way as fast because, of course, my left hand doesn't quite work like that. So I may look a little bit slower on this one. Probably mess it up a few times. It'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yep. There we go. And yeah. Oh, no. You do that. You do that. Yep. Put you in there. Put you in there. And hey, guess what? You're done. And there's our 7 on this side that's doing a thing. These are the machines that I was using as temporary fill-ups for doing the filling up plastic. I might actually shove a little bit more in there. We'll see here in a second how many empty out. I think you got to have a little more than this canister, than one canister, to make that work. So I may actually fill these up a little bit. Okay, but this is only part of the adventure. So of course we've got our canisters coming in here, our big canisters. Don't ignore this little piece here because that just fills them up. We've got our big canister with our containers coming in the backs of these on either side of 7 and 7 and filling those up. Now, out the front of these, of course, they are getting water, right? Water. Yeah, and that's what these are for, right? We're going to take that water, and we're going to shove that water in here. Now, I like to do this so as I can use this as a drive-through, right? You could just run these belts straight across, but by doing this, you kind of get yourself a free little drive-through tunnel. I know, that's pretty cool, huh? So it's just the way I do it. And this is all 1-to-1, right? So there are 14 pumps, 14 refineries, and then 14 pumps on the other end. So this should all be just 1-to-1-to-1 ratioed right on down. We're not splitting nothing. We're just giving everybody water, and then it's going to get that fuel or that heavy oil residue from that pipe up there, and it's going to do a thing, right? And it's all good. And then, of course, on this side, you notice I didn't leave nearly as much space, right? Because in this case, yeah, we're just slamming these across. No fancy little bridge work here. We're just taking the finished stuff. We're going to shove that in there, right? Because these are now packaging fuel like crazy. And we're going to take that fuel and unpackage it over here. And then, of course, we're going to slam that fuel back into the pipes so as we have it all set to go. There we go. All right. Yipper. Looking good, looking good. There we are. All right. So this now handles the fuel side of things. So we've now got the things going in here to here to here. But now we got to get all these empty canisters back to being recycled, right? And that's what this is going to handle for us. And I'm just going to run down doing all 14 machines this way because it's a little easier on me. And yep, so we're going to grab those empty canisters because now that they've shoved their fuel into that pipe, they got to get rid of these empty canisters. And that's what this is going to do for us. And let me tell you, like, these things use 10 megawatts. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a jip-off myself. I think they could have made these like 7 or 5, like the constructors. Like, really? You're going to make these be 10? I don't know. It's just me, I guess. All right. And yep, come on, get in there. All right, groovy. Now, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And of course, it's the same here. This one does not go into this one and vice versa because these 7 are now going this way. They're going to come down here. Yep, you're going to come down here. You're coming this way. Yup, let's go, big guy. Yep, you're going to bring your canisters this way. And you're going to take those canisters. Boop. You're going to shove them in there, but then we're going to run this down, right? Like, no, don't put it on that side. Don't be silly. And then we're going to shove them canisters right into there. Boom. And, of course, this is the one on the other side that was feeding it canisters, so that's perfectly fine. Now let's go back and run down the other side of 7. to get those canisters back. And we should be able to do that, no problem. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, so this is our center breakpoint, and now you guys can run down this way. There we go. Okay. And we stick you into there, and then we run you across. And, oh, I forgot to put your thing on. Just a second. Just a second. Why did I do that? I wonder why I did that. There we go. No problem. Everything is fine. Surprised I haven't forgotten more of that stuff, actually. Okay, cool. All right, so now you're going to scoot your canisters back to the container, and everybody's going to be happy. We're all going to be happy. I wonder how many containers... Let's see how many are in this container. Now remember, we haven't turned the power on, so these haven't loaded up with containers yet, right? So you need at least 7 stacks for that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. We're gonna find out. If I'm a little short, I'll have to flash up those machines really fast. Shove a few more canisters in there, that's for sure. Okay, so that now takes care of the belt work for the recycling of the fuel. We have the polymer resin done, and we have the first double-double done. Now it's time to do the second double-double. So, of course, this is where we come out the front of this machine, and it's now time to double-double this up. And, of course, this is where we will go down to the center. Now, there's 9 refineries here. We want to go down refinery 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you will notice it is not a merger, it is a splitter. And that's because on 480 belts, the way this will work is it's going to give half of its output to one line, half of its output to another line, and then it takes 2 lines to fill those 18, obviously, because it's the Mark IV belts just don't hold enough. So that is why this is already kind of in here, letting me know, hey, don't mess this up. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna mess it up. But just to point that out to you, though, that is what's going on there. So these 5 are gonna go through this little bridge and hook in to these 9 here on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. And then these 4.5 are going to hook into these 9 here on the right. So let's now go over here and do that. Oh, it's nice of myself to actually do this little bit of belt work. Yeah, so nice to myself sometimes. Okay, and then if they are going to cross this bridging, and then they're going to start working their way down. I was not nearly as nice to myself there, though. I'm going to have to do this. So there's 2. Really? Are we fussy? Are we fussy? Are we fussy? Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. Looking good. Looking fine. Looking fine. Here we go. Yup. That's it. Like so. And this should be the final one for you. And then the next sections we'll do you in a second. We'll just go back here. We'll finish these all up. Now, this will take care of this. It's not good. Oh, yep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, dude. Beep, beep. Okay, here we go. Dude. Dude, what are we doing here? All right, cool. All right. Let's get down here. Holy smokes. Just trying to get some stuff done, right? Okay. Yes, I probably should do the bridging of the things first so you don't forget them, Max. That's a good idea. We'll get these in here. All right. Looking good, looking good. Okay, we're going to get these in here. And done. And now we can actually hook these up here. And this takes care of our second round of double-doubles. But now you have 1,000 plastic or 1,000 rubber coming out of these things, depending on which way you've set them up. So, what do you got to do there? Well, let's get around to the front of this thing. You know what? Let's go get the car and bring it down here. Because we're getting in here pretty deep now. Let's go get that car. Yeah, let's go, car. You know, the sun is moving along, though. You know, so we haven't got too much time to waste. Nope. All right, let's go, car. Beep beep. Okay. Yep. All right. So now, just like with the other side, we have a little bit of hokey-pokey-ness going on here at the front, but we'll have a look at that at the end. So when you're using Mark IV belts, even if you were using Mark V belts, all right, you cannot shove all 18 machines into 480 lines. It's just impossible, right? So we have 60 coming out here a minute. That means on Mark IV belts, you could only have 8 machines per line, all right? So the first 8 are going to go into a belt. Then the second 8 are going to go into a belt. And then the last 2 are also going to go into their own belt. Now, again, if you had Mark V, you could do this in 2 sets of 9, right? 2 9s are 18, of course. And you would have a little bit of space left over. But it doesn't really matter how you pull this off, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a little over 1,000 plastic. You're going to need at least 2 lines. So we've got basically 3 lines. We've got a line here to handle 480, a line there to handle 480, and then we have 2 machines that are going to slam in 120 in the end. So if you guys would be so kind as to just start doing this for me. Now, and basically this is a feathered pattern, so it starts on the outside and then feathers its way in towards closer to the machines for every 8 machines we go. Just as a little bit of a curiosity. Instead of trying to line these all up, I've done it a couple of ways. I've done it in this feathered pattern. I've done it all in a straight line and then just ramp up over each one after 8 machines, and that's fine. It's just for that little complexity thing here at the end, it's a little easier when they're all fanned out than it is to have them all stacked. So we'll have a look at that soon enough. Yup. And there's our 8 there. And then, of course, the 2 machines here I already have hooked in, just because explaining all this will take a little time anyway. So let's get down here and get these belted up. Yes, and then we have this thing. Yep, we'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, because that's our 3-way going back. Because you got to have a little bit of extra going back for them, right? So this is our first 8 coming down here. Zoom, zoom. All right. And we're going to click on you, and just so as I get the alignment right a little bit. I must be getting close. Yep. We'll stop there anyway, and then I'll grab these second ones right here. Yep. I need you to go here. Oh, okay, we're going to fly over. All right, I did not expect that. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to fly over it. I just need to kind of move along it. There we go. All right, and you are into there. And you are going to join into here. Very good. And now, this is a little bit of splitting, merging some action things here. Let me get rid of that belt. Okay. So obviously we have 2 lines of 16 coming down here. Okay. Now, if you had Mark V, you could just take those 2 lines and do and basically do the first part here. So basically what we would do is, if these were 2 Mark V lines, you would have your first 9 machines on one belt, your second 9 machines on a second belt, and then you would clip a little piece of each one of them off okay, with a set of splitters, and then have them 2 splitters merge together, and then scoot down to feed some overflow into the backside of that double set, okay? But because I actually have 2 more machines to deal with, okay, because I'm using Mark IV belts and we don't have Mark V belts, this means that I have to account for their rubber as well. So the 16 machines here are still doing the same thing, right? We take the 2 lines coming in, and I put splitters on the end of them, and then we're going to take, you know, some of it from one line, some of it from another line, and combine it together. But now I'm going to take these 2 machines, and I'm basically going to give all of their rubber to the back line, okay? And the reason is that back line needs a little more than 2 machines worth, okay? And the nice part about that is that these 2 machines basically are going to be kind of my feeder for the back 2, but if they really, really need a little more rubber, they can get it from the main lines that I have here, all right? So these 2 main lines will come together and split their loads, and then they have to split their load again with these 2 machines here, and that is what this final line is going to do. Meanwhile, the 2 lines underneath our 2 main lines, which we are now going to hook together. Our 2 main lines, most of that rubber we expect to keep going right on through, right up here, and we're going to have 2 nice lines of 480, well, somewhere's around the 400s, somewhere's around the 400s, in the mid 400s of rubber and plastic. And now we've got to do something with this stuff because we just don't have enough. We don't have enough. We don't need this rubber and plastic this much at the moment. So we're going to fire up some awesome sinks just to take care of it temporarily. Okay. Of course, the goal here is to actually have all this rubber and plastic go back to us, because that's what we want. We want it coming back to me. I want it coming to me. I was kind of hoping to avoid that. I guess I didn't avoid it on either side, did I? No, I didn't. No. Well, I kind of sort of did. Let's do it. All right, I got a new plan. We'll do it this way. Awesome sink. Awesome sink. Yep. We will do, and I need, yep. 1, 2, because we got 4 lines, we gotta get rid of it, right? Because I'm not taking this plastic and rubber anywhere yet. And 3 and 4. All right. 3 and 4. All right. And just for temporary sake, we're gonna shove this into machines. There you go. Just to get this all fired up and rumbling. Here we are. Look at that. Now, of course, the plan is to take these lines. I would put splitters on these lines. These actually may stay here, but what I would do is I would probably put splitters on these lines. I don't know if that one's better or not. In fact, you know what? I might do that right now, because if I don't do it now, interrupting these later is really tricky. Okay. Yep. 3, 4. Let's set this up now so I can actually grab the rubber and the plastic right off of them later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's cool. Yep. Give me this back, please. Yep. Thank you very much. Yep. Yep. Okay. 9s. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm short 1. Okay. Cool. We'll just put that up there. Yep. I want you to go there. I want you to go there. In front of you, my friend. In front of you, my friend. We are going to put in the splitter right there. Like so. And then over here, we will put a splitter in there like so. And then on the other side, we will do the same thing. First of all, you need 1 more. And then I will clean you up. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a bug in this current version, isn't it? The whole not really showing up to see what it is you're deleting things. But it's a bit of annoyance. It hasn't caused me too much grief yet. We'll see how it goes. Let's go to 5. All right, there's the bottom one. You're going to be the top one. Maybe I should align these up a little better. I don't know. We'll see. Now, they can handle a little bit of backup because obviously the machines themselves can store a little bit of backup. So if I have to make small adjustments here, it should be okay. But we don't want to be making like big, huge adjustments here all the time, right? So, yep, something like that. And then boom, 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 something like that. And we will click you in like so, and we're going to click you in like this. And, yep, I need you. There we go. I need you. Yes, I do. All right, and put you in like so, and put you in like this. Now, we need a little power for this. There's an idea. So I need a power line. Yeah, like you could have used the power poles as a gauge, Max. Don't know why. But anyway, we'll put this power line here, and then I'll put one on the other side. Now, I am actually not going to power these up yet, and I'll explain why. You see, what I want to happen is I actually want these to clog up a little bit at the start, all right? So what's going to happen is everything is going to start running. And like I said, these take a while to get warmed up. So, you know, we're going to start making some rubber, and then we're going to make a little more rubber, and then we're going to make a little more rubber, and it's going to start coming out here. Oh, we got to finish connecting this line, though. Holy smokes, that would be bad. In fact, we can finish talking. Oh, I got 40. I got 40 left. I don't think that's enough. Yeah, that's going to be bad. Let's take the car, go back and get a little bit more while I explain what I'm doing. So it takes a little time for the double to double to double, right? All this doubling, right? You need a little time to get all this doubling to work. And while that's happening, I want it to be recycling as much rubber into more rubber or more plastic into more plastic as fast as possible. So I don't want to be sinking half of it all the time, right? I'm going to want to be having it go through, and I just realized I should have probably used smart splitters there, but we'll fix that in a minute. We want to be able to have it going through as fast as possible to be recycling back as fast as possible. Now, to do that, of course, boop, 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 500 should be more than enough because I think I took 1,200 with me. So for now, what I'm going to do is, you know what? What do you need for smart splitters? Right? Because I can't do this with a splitter, right? Yeah, you can't do it with this one. What do you need for smart splitters? While we're here. Yep. What are you doing? Logistics. Yes, smart splitter. You need 2 AI thingies. Okay. I would need 4 AI thingies. What do I need for AI thingies? Okay. Hey, I can make 50 of them. All right. Well, I only need 4. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Awesome. Okay, cool. That makes me very happy. happy. Oh, don't delete the car. Okay, so let's get back down here and we'll fix that up. So yeah, in any case, we want to try and speed up the process of having these loop in together. We are going to want stuff and things to happen. You know what? We also need to stop over here for a second. All right. Stop. Okay, cool. Now, these have... All right, so I have one. Yeah, I got to go hook up that other pump. But you know what? I'll at least hook up the lines and at least get the fuel running down there. No. Yes. Okay. I need you to go in there, and I need you to go in there. Now, these are not powered yet, so that fuel's just going to run down there and fill the lines up. Yep, like so. That's exactly what we want. Yepper. Okay, now we'll run back down this way. All right. It looks just like driving through a oil refinery, too. It is pretty cool. So we want to replace these with smart splitters. Yep. Get out of the car, Max. Yes, thanks, left hand. I really appreciate that. Yep. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Thanks, splitters, but I'm afraid we need the next level of splitter. We need smart splitting. For the smart splitting person. I appear to be a little off with this arrow. There we go. Smart splitting. There you go. And of course, it wouldn't help that I've got the car parked right in the middle of this one. That's perfectly fine. All right, and of course now, boop and boop. And just to show you what this is all about, let's fly on up here and I'll show you the settings we want to do. Of course, in this particular case, we do not want anything coming into the... We don't want anything going in there first. That's going to be a second, right? So the center output is fine. The right output is going to be overflow, okay? So it should not spit out into these until this line gets backed up. But these lines aren't going anywhere at the moment, so of course they're going to get backed up, like right away in this case. And again, the right side should be overflow, right? So that is what's going to happen there. Okay, the sun's about to go down. I've got to go hook up another pump anyway because I forgot to bring that other pipe and hook it up. The pipe is there. There's nothing coming out of it, though, so we have to go do that. And I'll bring it back in the next morning, and we're going to turn these on. And then we'll probably do a cut again and let them warm up a bit. And then we're going to actually see what happens when they're all up and running for goods. Talk to you shortly. Okay, we're back. And we are about to turn on the big switch. Everything should be ready to go. It's pretty intense. I have taken a little extra time to run some additional belt just to get ready to take it back to the computers and stuff. But besides that, I did add a little more plastic to the container creation here. Just so as I feel a little more comfortable having them containers a little bit more full. But besides that, this is ready to rock and roll. And so we need a power line. And we take the power line and we plug it in. And it's going to go vroom, vroom. It's going to be crazy. Now, the reason we're doing this in the dark is because it's going to be a lot easier to see stuff in the dark. So if we do that... we should start to see a bunch of lights start to turn green, and it's going to be a lot easier to see a lot of this stuff in the dark than it is in the light. I do need that second sun to get up there a little higher so I can see what's going on. And I'm also driving the car down here and back just to get rid of the drawing distance of the red lights, which is a bit of a pain. I hate how they shorten the drawing distance so badly on those lights. Because see, look at that. Like it just looks like they're failing, and they're not. It's just draw distance. It's kind of a bit annoying because you know I'm trying to watch for stuff here, and it's really hard to watch for stuff when the draw distance is really bad. But this is good. We like to see lots of green lights doing lots of green light things. We're going to actually watch the rubber side first, just because, well, I can't watch both sides at the same time, and that get a little tricky anyway. So we'll watch the rubber side first, and then we'll scoot on over to watch the plastic side. We got lots of green lights here. This is great. This is exactly what we want. We love green lights. Green lights are good. So all these green lights mean that everybody's getting their stuff, right? So of course we expect these guys to all be getting their stuff. Even right here at the very end, yep, you've got enough oil that you're staying in the green. Now these guys down here, of course, I wouldn't expect them all to be green at once, but that's okay. You know, they will get green as the polymer resin actually fills up on them. So, of course, we have 2 green at the moment because they have enough, and I'm assuming you're just short on polymer, but you just got enough to go green. Look at that. Now, I just noticed some of these lights have gone yellow over here, so we're just going to investigate that for a quick second. And that is because, no, you're green now. Okay, everybody's mostly green. Yeah, and in this case, it's literally distribution of the water packagers. Making sure everybody gets enough of them packagers into the system, right? So see how this guy's only got like 3-2, and that's just because of you know, it's taking time to fill up all 7 packagers all the way down here to the very end. But once we do, these should all be green, and that is good as well. We want them green because them green lights, of course, are going to affect the next section. Now, the next section, of course, is us making fuel. So these, of course, are hopefully filling up with stuff. They're looking pretty full. They are making their way over here. This takes time, of course. In fact, like I said, this is probably going to take a full hour to get fired up. We should see, what I'm looking for is the initial run, right? And then I will let this run for a bit, and then we're going to have a look. So we've got fuel coming in, or this is the heavy oil residue. We got lots of bottles of water. This is good. This is what we want to see, lots of bottles of water. But of course, these bottles are starting to back up here because these end ones would not have enough fuel. So this is the first line of 7. We'll check down here. Yes. You know, it's got enough fuel, but just barely getting enough fuel at this one. So that's fine, which means these ones right here, this 7th one is probably running short. Yep, it hasn't quite got just enough yet. And that's why you're going to see these lines of water back up, but who cares? It's water, right? And then, of course, the 8th machine should be like, yes, I'm superhero. Yeah, I'm totally full. I'm totally awesome. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you're awesome because that means your next machine should be green, and it is. And it is putting out packaged fuel as fast as it will go. As soon as it spits it out, it is unpacking it and putting it into the pipes. Now, in this case, it's nice to see a few of these green because, of course, decisions have to be made here, right? At least if one of these is green, then we know that there's some fuel going this way, which, of course, that means these 9 can start to run. And that's important because these 9s, of course, are our recycle, our double-double, our first of the first or second doubles. Of course, and this is looking really good. This is looking good, right? We like to see that because that means this should now start to spread down the line, and we like that. Ooh, I'm actually caught on that belt. And that means you are now starting to spit out, look at that, you are starting to spit out plastic. And if you're spitting out plastic over here, that means these are the first machines to now actually be getting plastic. The thing is they're not getting any fuel. And this is kind of by design because, again, it's all about the weighing out of balance, right? So this side's getting all the plastic right away, but that side's getting all the fuel right away. So what we're hoping for is that they'll meet in the middle, right? You know, as more plastic makes its way down the line and keeps filling the machines up this way, we're hoping more fuel will come down the lines this way, and they'll kind of meet up in the middle and start to even themselves out. And that's what's going on here, right? So look, it's so close, right? This is almost where the breaking point is right here. These machines right here is where you're going to see it work all the time, right? So like, look at this. This is right around the breaking point. It's getting just enough plastic and just enough fuel to keep running all the time. This is the one we want to watch right here. This is great. Look at that. There goes the rubber right there. And of course, what's going to happen is half of that rubber right now is being divvied up to be sent back into recycle. Now, of course, remember, these belts are going nowhere. Okay, we have those turned off, so they're not recycling anything. They're not hooked up to the belts, so they're not going anywhere. So this is going, so those bottom lines will fill up, and as soon as they do, then all the rubber being made here temporarily will be recycled into the recycling part of things. And we'll have to keep an eye out on that, because we don't want too much of that happening. We don't want to jam this line up and then cut that other side off, because that would be bad. Yes, it will always take the other side first, and it should never truly jam up. By my using of the words jam up, it will never really jam up, because there's only 100 coming from that other side, and it will be able to empty that 100 coming through. But we'll still want to prevent that as much as possible. Let's now go have a look at the other side, because this is the side we built. You know, I had this side all built basically, but this side, this is the one we did on camera. This is the one we got going on here. And it has had just the same amount of time to fill up as on that side, so we should see a lot more going on over here now. All right, look at this. Yes, look at all the green lights there. That's nice looking. That's really nice. Yep, those look like pretty, yeah, those lines are looking pretty stuffy. Yep, we like that. That looks good. That looks good. Lots of polymer running down here. Yep, yeah, we like that. What's that giving us? Oh, green lights for everybody. Yes, look at that. What do we got here? That is 14 green lights for water. Awesome. And look at all that. And of course, the center ones would be starting to back up, because the way the lines are coming into that next row here, these would be the last machines to receive the fuel. But they are now actually catching up. Look at that. They are now all running. This is awesome. Perfect. Coming out this side, is this all green? Is this all green? This looks pretty green to me. Oh, there's like a couple of yellows on the end. Oh, one yellow. No yellows now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Look at all the fuel just coming in there big time. Yes, fill up that line. Oh, those are full. Yes, look at that. That's great. It's great. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's exactly what that valve is doing, right? That valve is saying, you know what? You should only let me do 200 a minute through this line. That's great. And you should only be allowing 100. Oh, that's the bomb right there. Look at that. And of course, that is now being sent over here, where we are recycling this plastic in. So there's the 100 coming in this way. Yepper. There's a whole bunch coming in that way. And of course, we also have our cycling, our back cycling through this. This, of course, should be nice. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That really is nice looking. Yes. So that, of course, is coming over here. Did I forget one? Oh no, I forgot one. And this is why we have a look, right? This is why we got to take a look around, make sure we ain't missing anything. Sorry, big guy. Look at that. We'll get you filled up now. We'll get you filled up. Yes, we'll get you online. Hey, that's why we got to come and have a look around every once in a while. I guess I was a little off on that one. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I didn't realize at the time, but that one is a little crooked. But it does not seem to be hurting it, and I am not worried about it. Not too worried at all. Oh, yes, look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful. Oh, it's just so close to being full all the way down now. That's great. It's awesome stuff. Awesome. Look at this. Yes, that's right on the money. So coming out the other end, we got lots of plastic going down. We got lots of plastic going back. We got lots of plastic going everywhere. Awesome. This is what we want. You want plastic and rubber? We got your plastic and rubber right here, buddy. Yeah, so now see what's happening? These are actually starting to load up, so we can now actually turn on these centers, right? So this is exactly what we were waiting for. We were waiting for these lines to actually get pretty full, yeah, and see how these lines are now filling up. Let's get these turned on in the center now, so we can start chomping at the bit here. So that's one, that's two. Fire up, big guy. Yeah. Those are empty, by the way. I have to go look at those. That's three. That's four. Okay, well, we'll get you guys online. Let me go find out why you guys are empty. You guys should not be empty. Oh, and that's because you are supposed to be left. You are supposed to be overflow on the left. Yeah, that would help to set these, Max. Yeah, overflow, left, overflow. Do overflow things. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Yes, perfect. So these, of course, are getting any overflow, right? Right now, of course, they are sending the, they're doing you know, their 50-50 splits, sending it back, but that's going to get all nice and fushy, and then this is all going to be ours. Yes, sir, Bob. That is what you call awesome. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is awesome. We need a little bit more rubber making it all the way down here, but of course, this is still warming up. Again, this is going to take a while. This takes a while to fully warm up, you know. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is running full tilt, almost, right? Like, I mean, that's what you want. You want that thing running just go, go, go all the time. This is great. This is great. Look at that. Look at that. It's awesome sauce. It's awesome sauce. We'll run up here, take another quick gander. Oh, yes. Look at this. Look at this. This is awesome. Now, of course, we're going to hook these belts on over there. These should stop getting loaded, right? Until those belts load up, because they actually go nowhere. They run all the way up there into the center of the supply base, but then they stop, right? But it would take a little time for that to fill up. So when I hook these up here in a second, we're going to see the difference on that. And then, bam, presto magico. Look at all the rubber and the things. So see, this is exactly what should happen. This is now backed up, right? But it's got to take the other 100 from the other side, so it is perfectly fine. It is only using 1/3 of this, and that's okay, because that means it says, hey, you know what? I can't give any more to these guys. I'll just keep pumping you through. I'll just keep putting it through. I'll put it through, right? Because he doesn't want any of my extra anyway. And you're like, yeah, that's right. And these guys, of course, have got to empty out. That is the way they work. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right? So these guys are making their rubber, right? And they're just pumping straight out into this recycler. So both of these guys have to wait until this guy empties out his 50%. So that is what's going on here, and that is why this looks so good. This just looks great. Look at that. This is awesome. That is just so awesome. And we're now even starting to see pieces of rubber cycling back around. Which is really good. That means that it will even slow down this process even more, because it will make sure that this does not overload. All right, that is just perfect. Is the car? Where is the car? I have no idea where the car is. Car. Yes, I need to go way over to the other side for a minute. We want to check that other side up first before I connect these in. Car, come with me, car. Where we are? Where are we, car? Yeah, you just keep doing the squishy things. There we go. Boop, there we go. All right, let's head on over to the other side here. We just want to double check the plastic side as well, just to make sure it's doing the exact same thing here at the rubber side. And then I'll consider that a bonus win of the bonus things. Yeah, so see, look at this. Look at all this nice plastic coming down here. Lots of plastic. And again, this is all in the recycle. This is the recycle business. We're in the recycle business. We're turning plastic into rubber, back into plastic. We're literally recycling on itself all the time. It's great. We're doubling all the time. There we go. And of course, this is doing the exact same thing as that other side was doing, right? So let's just get up here for a second. And of course, same deal applies, right? It's going to have to accept this first. Because it's got to take 50-50 split, and there's only 100 on this side and more on this side, so it's got to take more from this side. And then, of course, it's coming in here with all the nice rest. Oh, that's beautiful. That looks so good. Looks so good. All right, let's hook up them final belts in the center, and we're going to call this all a win as soon as we do. All right, here we go. All right. Now, we should hook up these belts in the center. And what will happen is, of course, these will stop getting stuff for a minute, because we've got these smart splitters set up to bypass them, right? So we're gonna take that. There's one. There's two. There's 3, and there's 4. And these have now stopped getting anything, which is what they should do, right? They don't get anything now because everything can keep going. And it's the same on this side. Look at that. No more for you guys. Not yet. Not yet. And then, of course, they're going to take their stuff all the way down. And it's going to be great. Now, of course, with that, what happens? As mentioned, we only need we don't even need 350 of each. Okay, I think it's like 315 or something. And these are producing almost 1,000. So, obviously, the crunchers here are going to get most of it. And that's great. We like it when the crunchers get lots of stuff, right? The crunchers are happy. They're like, yes, look at all me. I'm going to take your plastic and I'm going to turn it from 1,800 to 80,000. That's right. And they loved that. They were like, yeah, we'll do that for you all day long. And that's what we want them to do. We're just going to feed the extra plastic and rubber into these and let them have at it. Good for them. Good for them. Let's see where we are power-wise in general with all this running. So, of course, it's going to want 10,000. We produce 9,150. So we're 1,000 over, but we're only at 56 and change because, again, the supply base eats up about 3,000. So, and it doesn't hardly run unless we take supplies out of it, and even then, it doesn't run all of it. So it's perfectly fine. That, everybody, is how you make some serious plastic and rubber right there. You betcha. Because, I mean, that's what you do. That's what we do here. That's what we do. We make some serious plastic and rubber. And we'll just pop this up here a little bit. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I know you've got like 6 or 7 of you left in there. There you go. Look at that. Up we go. This is plastic and rubber all done. We will need no more than what's here already. And man, that is just beautiful looking. And of course, what's going to happen? Of course, we're going to take this plastic and rubber. We're going to make things because we are on our way to turbo motors and supercomputers. 5 of each. And we've got more than enough plastic and rubber to do it now. More than enough. I'm Max. This is Satisfactory Update 4. In the next episode, well, gee, I have no idea. Yeah, we're going to probably have to keep building. And soon we've got to get ready to go on adventure to the other side of the map to get ready to begin nuclear and bauxite. So aluminum and the nuclear will be done on the other side of the map, of course. It's just easier over there. It's a better setup over there for it all in general. The resources are easier there. Overall, it's just easier. And so, is that a hard drive up there? I'm pretty sure I would have gotten that. No, I probably don't have that one. Maybe I should get that one. No, what are you talking about, Max? You don't need a hard drive at the moment. You've done enough hard drive hunting. Almost 65 hours of hard drive hunting. It's terrible. Anyway, this is plastic. This is rubber. I'm Max. This is Update 4. And I am going to see you on the next one. Take care.